that is a song that is going to be on my next album, Circus Heart, that's coming out in September. And if you are interested in any of the songs that I'm talking about that are not yet on albums, the best ways to get them are to either A, check out a website called RebeccaLoebe.net, where I release a live monthly bootleg album. Every month I release a full-length board recording, kind of bootleg style. And I went to college for audio engineering, so this is sort of my way of justifying that expensive pursuit. I record all my shows and chop them up into tiny pieces and then put them out on the internet. And it's a subscription-based thing, but it's super easy to get involved in and to get uninvolved in if you don't really want to subscribe for that long. And it only costs $5. It's pay what you want, because I'm a socialist. So check that out. And then the other option will be to pre-order the new CD. I am taking pre-orders, and that's how I am funding the record. And I think the pre-order thing is going to get shut down within the next week or two, because at some point I have to actually print and send everything out, and then it's no longer pre-ordering, it's just ordering. But the pre-orders are going to get sent out when the album gets shipped to me, which should be within the next week or two. And then after that, the only way to get it is to wait till September when it comes out for real. So if you're interested in the new record, you can pre-order it either by talking to me or by checking out my website, RebeccaLoebe.com. This is another song that is not on any of my records yet. It's a song I wrote about an 18-year-old kid that I met on an airplane. We were flying from Miami to Atlanta, and he seemed kind of nervous because he had never been on a plane before. So I just started chatting with him to kind of break the ice, and I asked him why he was flying to Atlanta. And he said, well, I'm not flying to Atlanta, I'm flying to Chicago. I said, oh, well, what's in Chicago? Why are you flying to Chicago? And he said, I'm flying to Chicago to get married. And I said, oh, wow, congratulations. Tell me everything about yourself. And we talked for pretty much the whole flight. He was such a nice young guy. He had had a really rough upbringing. He had 6 kind of bad older brothers that wielded a pretty terrible influence over him, and by the time he got to high school he was really off track, but then he met this girl and his whole face lit up when he talked about her. She was beautiful and smart and really motivated him to get his act together, which he did, and she had already graduated and gone on to Chicago for college, and it had taken him an extra year to get through school. But the deal was that when he graduated, he could go see her in Chicago and they were going to get married. And he had graduated from school that week. And now it's Friday morning at 8 a.m. and he was on a plane going up there to get married. So he was going to land in Chicago at 3 p.m. after a brief layover at Atlanta Jackson Hartsfield International Airport, which I felt really bad for him about, but I didn't bother trying to explain why, because I didn't want to scare him. He wanted to get off the plane. Tell him about Hartsfield. Jeez. So anyhow, he's going to land in Chicago at 3 and be reunited with his fiancée for the first time in 10 months, and then meet her mother for the first time ever, because Mom was coming along for the airport pickup. And then the 3 of them were going to go to City Hall for a wedding that day. And he had to be back in Miami by Tuesday, because he had not gotten his afternoon shift at Chi-Chi's covered. And he really needed that job. So he was going to work for a few more weeks and save up enough money to move to Chicago, where I can only assume he's living happily ever after. Anyhow, I never saw him again. Not to say I didn't try. I did want to be his new best friend, but I think I freaked him out. In fact, I know I freaked him out. So I just went home and wrote the song about it. It's called The Chicago Kid. Well, I was born in South Florida and left there to die. I spent 18 long years in the weeds. I found it hard to believe in even changing the seasons. The leaves only turned on TV. And now I fly if I have to, though I would swim twice as long to be the one she'll press her back to. I am Chicago, going. I showed her the stoplight my daddy must have fixed right before he left, a whisper in the wind. She kissed me like a church bell, Lord, she loved me like an anvil, and I haven't had her out of my mind since. And so my grandma told me that I've got his body, and I don't think she meant it unkind. But I'll keep punching these time cards and studying the fine art of working my way up in that girl's mind. And now I'll fly if I have to, though I would swim twice as long to be the one she'll press her back to. I am Chicago, going, gone. And one if I land, they say. Two if I sing. Three little words made a bird out of me. Well, I was born in South Florida, this July. 18 years served me just fine. Now tell the boss I'm off to marry a sweet daughter of the prairie, and I kiss her where the sun will never shine. And now I'll fly 'cause I have to, though I would swim twice as long to be the one she'll press her back to. I am Chicago, going. Yeah, I was born in South Florida, let me die in her arms. I'm Chicago, going. Thank you.